You ever sit down to watch a game, you're absolutely sure you know who's going to win, and then boom, you're completely wrong? Yeah, we've all been there. But what if you could get past just gut feelings and team loyalty? Today, we're going to break down how the pros do it. We're going to turn that guessing game into real, solid analysis.
So, what is the actual difference? It's the difference between hoping and knowing. A fan says, "Come on, I reckon we can sneak a 2-1 win." But an analyst says, "Look, the whole game is going to hinge on their speedy winger versus our fullback. Whoever wins that specific battle wins the match." See? It's concrete. It's reasoned. So what's their secret?
Well, here's the thing. It's not magic. It's definitely not a crystal ball. It's a system, a playbook really, a step-by-step framework that anyone, and I mean anyone, can learn to use.
So here's our game plan. We'll start with the analyst playbook itself. Then we'll dive into reading recent form, decoding the tactical battle, and spotlighting the key players. After that, we'll learn how to find that decisive edge, and finally, pull it all together for your final prediction.
All right, let's get into it. First up, the analyst's playbook. This is all about building your foundation. The big idea here is what you see on screen, a comprehensive analysis of all relevant aspects. In plain English, you can't just zoom in on one thing. You can't just look at the star player and think, yeah, he's going to score. You've got to look at the whole puzzle, the tactics, the team's mood, the individual matchups, everything.
And that whole puzzle is built on these 4 pillars. Think of them as your core checklist. First, you assess team form. Then, you analyze the tactics. After that, you identify the key players. And finally, you put it all together to find the big advantage. That's the framework. Okay, pillar number 1. Reading the recent form, because let me tell you, momentum is everything in this sport. It's a real tangible force you can feel on the pitch. So what does form even mean? You know it when you see it, right? A team that's in form, they've got this swagger. They play with high confidence, and their tactics just flow. But a team that's out of form? You can feel that too. The morale is low, they're making silly defensive errors, and everything just looks predictable and slow. It's night and day. But, vibes aren't enough for a real analysis. You need the numbers to back it up. And it's actually pretty simple. You just look at the last 5 or 6 games. How many wins, draws, losses. That little snapshot right there gives you a hard number on their momentum heading into the game. All right, we've got form down. Now for the fun part, decoding the tactical battle. This is the chess match, the game within the game.
This is where you really start to see the manager's fingerprints all over the game. You're comparing 2 totally different philosophies. So you might have a team that's all about possession. They want to control the ball, patiently build up play. Then they come up against a team that's built to counterattack. They're happy to sit back, soak up pressure, and then explode forward into space. Understanding how those 2 styles are going to clash, well, that's half the battle right there. It tells you the story of the match before it even starts.
So you've got the team's form, you've got the manager's game plan, but what about the players? Tactics are great, but it's the players on the pitch who make it happen. So our next step is all about finding those difference makers. Seriously, every analyst has a list like this in their head. The top goal scorer, obviously. The creative playmaker pulling the strings. The big defensive rock at the back. When you're watching the next game, try this. Stop just following the ball. Instead, look for these specific roles. Who's the one making everything happen? Find that player, and you've probably found the guy who can win or lose the game.
Okay, so let's recap. We know who's hot and who's not. We know how they're going to try to play. We've pinpointed the key players, but so what? Where's the game actually going to be decided? What's the one spot on the field that matters most? And that question leads us right to our 4th and final pillar, finding the decisive edge. This is where you put all the pieces together. You're looking for that one crucial mismatch, that one area where one team has a clear advantage. And a super easy way to do this is to just line them up head to head. What are Team A's strengths? Maybe it's their attacking pace. Okay, what about Team B? Maybe they're really organized in defense. So right there, that's your key battle. A fast attack against a solid defense. That mismatch, that's the decisive edge. All right, moment of truth. We've done the homework, we've gathered all the intel. Now it's time to put it all together for your final prediction. This is it. This is your workflow. Every single game, you run through this checklist. Number 1, form check. Who's got the momentum? 2, tactical plan. How are they going to play? 3, key players. Who's the game changer? And 4, the edge. Where's the mismatch? You answer those 4 questions, and bam, you're not guessing anymore. You're analyzing. And just like that, you've done it.
It's not a shot in the dark, it's a real analysis. You've gone from just watching the game to reading it. You now have the analyst's playbook.
So I'll leave you with this thought. You have the playbook now. So the next time you sit down to watch a game, what are you going to see that you didn't see before? Because you're not just a fan anymore, you're an analyst.